Check.
And then we'll stop halfway just to reset the cameras and just like double check the angles and batteries and whatnot.
True.
Go on. All right,
Bro,
dude.
he's trying to fuck me.
All right. All right.
He loves me.
Come on. Come on, bud.
It might also be just the only free piece of real estate in the conversation.
Come on, bud. I'm not joking. We gotta go.
He gets along pretty well with the cats, man. It's impressive.
Still giving those eyes. Come on. Come on, bud. Let's go. Come on, dude. Put it. Come on, bud.
Oh, he's sad. He's sad. Brian hates knees.
Yeah, that's a funny insider.
BHK.
Yeah, so I lived in Pennsylvania for a while and tore my ACL while I was skateboarding and I didn't even have surgery. I did physical therapy and all that, moved back to Florida, and then was like pretty much fully healed skating again, and then I tore it again and then had to get surgery. And like anyone who like followed me on the internet had like seen both of those things happen. And there was this one dude that we got on the podcast. He was like a tattoo shop owner, and he had kind of like seen the whole chronology, and just as an inside joke, he made those shirts his second time coming on the podcast, and we hung it up just because it's like funny. Brian hates knees.
You got one to rock too, or just the one?
Just that one. Didn't he give us two? Or no, he was wearing one.
Yeah, he gave me one and you one.
You gotta wear it out. You know?
You have one?
I have one. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had one.
Yeah.
But yeah, little inside joke. You want to jump into it, Danny? You can do the intro. I already clapped it, so we're good.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. And cameras are going.
Yep, everything's good.
All right, bet. What episode is it?
80?
Oh my
80.
gosh. Word.
80 episodes, 80 weeks.
It's a nice number. Nice
That
round
is.
number.
I like that. All right.
I make a lot of my stuff around 80 BPM.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
Damn, I'm gonna lean back a lot. I think.
Yeah,
I was
you
just in
can.
a car for 6 hours, so.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You came straight here from...
Yeah.
What?
I left a little later than I was supposed to.
Dang. So, wait, were you going to Tallahassee? You're living up there, going to school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's my first semester at Florida State.
What?
It's a great time. I love Tallahassee.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, dude.
Why Florida State?
Honestly, I mean, it's the best school in Florida, but nobody's paying me to say that.
Hell yeah. What are you majoring in?
In-state tuition's great, and I went out of state for like my freshman year, and that obviously didn't end very great. So I kind of wanted to make it easier on my parents. Just go where
Yeah, I feel
I could in-state, and also my dad went to Florida State, so I have their support on that. I've regained their support.
Hell yeah. Wait, what was your first school that you went to?
It was SMU in Dallas,
Oh.
Southern Methodist University.
And that was right out of high
It's
school?
not religiously affiliated, but yeah.
What was your major?
Hard to even say there, man. I was not there long enough
you just
to
started?
have a major. I was a freshman.
Dang.
Yeah, I made it almost to the end of the year.
Hell yeah. So what was that like, living out of state and all that? Was that like your first time living out of state? Like you just moved there fresh out of high school, going right into college?
Yeah, I went basically as far as I could, just because I thought that's what I had to do to just like be my own person.
Yeah.
You know, because you grow up in a town where people know you by like your first and last name. They know your parents. They know sort of everything about you, but you don't have you don't put your own like self-interest first because you're caught up in what other people think and like a strange microcosm that is not the real world.
That's real. Yeah.
And then you go out to like where, you know, people are just making money, working. Like, I mean, in Dallas, pretty much everything is, you know, very money based, which is dope, which is fun. But like, I wanted to come back to Florida because I like being like with my family and being on like the water, and
Yeah.
it just something about this state just calms me. Like, you know.
Yeah. Not to mention.
I think you only know if you lived here. you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I definitely feel that because, like I said, I moved to Pennsylvania for a little bit, and it was like anytime I visited, there was just like a certain, maybe it's because it's my home state or whatever or something, but yeah, there's like a certain calmness you
Certain
get.
nostalgia, but I mean, it's a great fucking state too.
Yeah, it is, and
Mhm.
it's crazy too because I remember as kids we would always like us and our skater friends. We had a lot of friends who'd be like, oh fuck Florida, like I can't wait to get out of here, I can't wait to get out of here. But it's like once you go to other places, you realize Florida is pretty damn great. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they say, like we live where people go on vacation or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. And the West Coast is a little different than East Coast, where a lot of people vacation. But
Yeah.
it's always funny meeting somebody who's like rocking a tourist shirt from like Sanibel or Fort Myers or Cape Coral. It's like, do you know where that is? Do you have any idea what you're repping right now?
For real.
City of Palms, baby.
How challenging was it to move across states to go to college at that age?
Oh, it was fucking horrible. I would not do it again, but I mean, everything kind of played out the way it's supposed to be.
Did you live in a dorm while you were there?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
I mean, there weren't horrible dorms, but it's like you go from like having your own room and like my roommate was from China.
Whoa.
Yeah, like mainland China. He was a cool guy, but like the cultural differences were like pretty great. Also, I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do.
It was just you and him?
It was just me and him, but basically like probably like halfway through the first semester even, I ended up living with my girlfriend like out of her dorm room.
Oh.
Because it was like sort of the perfect storm, the perfect situation. Her roommate was dating somebody that was in a fraternity house, and so she just stayed with him, and she had both dorm beds together for a California king. Perfect. She had like fucking 6 inches of memory foam on top of it.
Damn.
Clutch.
It was much better than mine, and then you have a little bit of privacy.
Yeah. Did you have to like duck around RAs or anything like did they, like when they did inspections or whatever?
Yeah, my RA was right next to my room, so I'm trying to not say anything incriminating. To be honest, like if you can't tell, but I mean, I guess it's fine because it's all behind me now. But I got put on probation literally since the first semester because when I was cleaning up my room and everything, like right before everybody goes back to school or goes back home for Christmas break, I left like my ADHD medication and like a little bit of dabs and like probably like a corner bag of like nug. It was just like maybe a gram tops. And I realized this when I was like thinking about my ADHD medication, and I'm like, oh shit, like I need to bring that back to Florida so I can actually do my work and everything. And the RA, since he was the room right left of me, the first room that he walked into is my room. And so as I raced back in there, he was like, hey, like we found this on like the bed and everything.
Damn.
Already called the police. I'm like, oh, well, I have to go to my flight. So can I grab that, like my ADHD medication, and then just leave, and then like we deal with this after? And I grabbed the dabs that I grabbed. I just left a little bit of weed, and it didn't become like a suit with like the police department. It was just with the school.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of, I guess, put me on their radar, I guess. And then somebody else later that year flipped on me when they got caught smoking weed, and
Damn.
yeah, there was a whole case.
Man. So what are the biggest differences like academically between the two schools? Do you notice a difference like from the school you're currently going to and your academic time there?
Well, I mean, right now all my classes are online, so that's huge.
Oh,
it's a huge difference.
Dang.
Which is great. That's why I can be here. I can sort of travel whenever. I can prioritize two things at once: music and school, which are my two main priorities.
That must be clutch. Because I remember like online classes are a pretty big part of college anyways. So like to just go full online through the pandemic and everything, it must be pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, this is technically my first semester at Florida State. Because I was at Tallahassee Community College a little while before that too, for 3 semesters. This is like weird. It's just, transferring so much. I like lost credits, and then like some stuff doesn't transfer.
Yeah, it's always bullshit. Are you at the point now where you're past like the associate's degree stuff, or do you still have to?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So what's your major now?
Marketing.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's applicable for music.
For sure.
Yeah.
Where does music come in? Like, because you grew up around here, right? Was music always kind of a part of your childhood and your life and stuff, singing and?
Honestly, always. I mean, when I was 5 years old, I wanted to get a guitar. I wanted to play guitar, like, really as long as I can remember. And my parents, they wanted me to learn piano first because we already had a piano, and like my sister already had learned, and it was 5 years old. How much do I really want this? You know, to get a guitar. You know, even a cheap guitar is like $100 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I played piano for like a year and a half, and then I remembered that I was, hey, can I play guitar now? and then my parents got me a guitar, and I started taking lessons. I think I learned like Ode to Joy first. Then I learned a bunch of Dave Matthews Band, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. I mean, guitar was my first love, I think.
Why was that? Why guitar? What drew you to that instrument?
It's just badass. It's just cool, you know? I mean, you see these guys up on stage, and it's like, it's a part of them. It's an appendage.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to get to that point where it wasn't, I'm not doing other people's music. I'm not doing covers. I'm like the way like an athlete is on the court, you know, like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's like a swordsman with his sword.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted it to be natural, and I wanted to like get to a point where I could use it without impedance, like just the way that I was supposed to, and make what I want to make. That's also why I like to be like involved in every part of the process of making the song too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When did you start making your own songs with guitar and like recording? Because you touched earlier before we started recording, said you uploaded some on SoundCloud.
Yeah, yeah. The first song that I published, it's called the Adderstone. It's got a bunch of meaning to it. Like an Adderstone is a rock, or like, you know, like a river stone or something that has a hole in it. And I was using that as like a metaphor for my heart. There's a hole in my stone heart. I just stopped feeling the pain. That like I still was aware that there was a vacancy inside.
Yeah.
But that I could talk about it and not tear up or not like, you know, break down because it was such an emotional subject.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say I really started writing songs after my first serious girlfriend, which was in high school. I say serious, it was, you know, 5 months, but pretty serious when you only got 4 years of high school.
Yeah. At that time too, like that, like all sorts of emotions are happening at that time. So a 5-month relationship is a big deal.
Yeah.
You said Adderstone is what it was called?
Adderstone, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So who were some of your like biggest inspirations as you were starting out learning guitar and whatnot? Were you into like rock and roll and all that, like you were saying?
Led Zeppelin and AC/DC were huge for like my formative years. But as I sort of discovered my own sound, Ed Sheeran's the Plus album, the first album he put out.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like just the things that the sounds that he could make with just the guitar and vocals and then a looper pedal.
Mm-hmm.
And how that I try to keep in mind how anything will translate to live performance. And I mean, that's textbook right there. Like he would fucking rock out with just his acoustic guitar up there and
one-man show. Right.
And I mean, there's not a lot of people that can do that, and I can do that, and there's not a lot of people that can do that. So I'm trying to like find a way to represent that in my own way and do also my own sound, but I keep that thought in mind even when I'm making music that is not like live performed. It's like for everything to be coherent and like make sense together. You have to think of it like that.
Mm-hmm. And it must feel good, like being fully equipped like that. You know, in other genres and whatnot, you need a lot of like external things in order to perform, or like in order to show people your music or whatever. But you being able to sing well and having skills with the guitar, and like you said, like you can just go up on stage with just those two things and put on a whole show. You know what I mean? As long as it's a PA system. Even without one, you could just do it in a field. Like to like a. Have you ever? How much performing experience do you have so far?
Honestly, not much. I did a couple shows back in Dallas that were, you know, small things where I just did a couple songs. But actually, just 2 weeks ago, I did first, like, I guess you could say, headliner at Potbelly's in Tallahassee, and that was a lot of fun. That was really fun. I basically ignored everything everybody told me to do there. Like,
what were they telling you?
I asked people, like, doing my first live show. What do you think I should do? Like set list and everything. And people like 6 to 8 songs. Do a lot of covers. I did one cover, the first song, and 15 originals.
Hell
and
yes.
it was a lot of fun. And I switched it up. I brought like the ukulele out, brought the acoustic guitar out, and my electric, my SG, inspired Angus Young.
Damn.
Sick. So have you learned? Are you like pretty much on strings as far as instruments, or have you learned more since the piano and guitar?
Yeah, I mean, it was piano, and then I learned guitar at 7, and then I guess some people think of acoustic guitar and electric guitar as 2 different instruments. I think they're pretty much the same. So I sort of like was back and forth between which one I loved more. I think it's acoustic guitar mostly, just because like you can just get that sound. Just feels like you're in a room alone with like that person when they're singing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked up a ukulele in high school, I think like sophomore or junior year. And I just got a bass 2 months ago too. Nice. And the bass is a lot of fun. It's like, I mean, a song is built up like from the drums and 808s, the bass, all the melodies in between, vocals, and then like having a part in most of those, it brings about like the feeling that when I put the song out, it's an extension of me. It's like it's my soul out there, because most of those thoughts were just unspoiled. They weren't tainted by like somebody else's touch and influence.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think people resonate with that, and I think that's stuff that a lot of, like the refined part of the industry is missing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the your most recent song, Angels, is the most recent one, right?
Yes.
Was that one 100% you from start to finish, everything in there?
I made that. I mean, to answer your question, yes. But my friend Cosmic actually added 808s and like a breakdown, like basically in the middle too, which I think really made the song. But the majority of that I made when I was on quarantine, when I had coronavirus. I just made it in like 16 hours. I don't even remember like what the thought processing was. It just sort of happened, you know?
Mm-hmm. Not to divert too much, but you said you had the virus and like experienced all the symptoms and whatnot. What was that like?
That's horrible. That sucked.
Because I've known some people who have like had it and whatnot, and, like they had minor symptoms, but I haven't really like talked with someone who is straight up like went through the ringer. Were you up in school whenever that happened?
No, I was back down here. Actually, and funny you should say, with Pennsylvania, I had gone up to Penn State to visit my ex-girlfriend, or visit my girlfriend at the time, and I think I got it in the airport because we were up super late that night, like right before the flight. I got an early morning flight. You know, it just seemed to make sense. You know, after a long weekend with the girlfriend, you kind of want a cleanish sort of goodbye, leaving in the morning, but that left me with not a lot of sleep, and then going through the airport, and then like the next day I was just sleeping all day.
Dang.
And I'm like, I think there might be something wrong, because I'm usually not this tired. I'm usually pretty active, and then I got a test like I think the next day. I mean, obviously had it. Just did a bunch of homework, made a lot of music, like touched a lot of ideas, made a couple TikToks. I mean, the symptoms weren't like too crazy, but
It was like the flu.
Yeah, like my stomach, like that hurt. That sucked.
Dang. Did you experience like the loss of taste and smell and whatnot?
No, that's actually like probably the one I didn't have.
Interesting, because the people I know, that's the one reason they knew they had it, because they weren't like really sick in bed, like can't even get up or whatever, but they lost their senses like that, and so they got a test and they came up positive. So they're like, damn, gotta quarantine.
That's how my mom had it, but I wasn't that lucky.
Dang, it didn't affect her that bad?
No. I mean, she was the first one to get it in her family, and then I didn't get it when my mother and my dad and my little brother all got it. I got it like a month later.
Dang.
Totally unrelated. But
does it feel like kind of like a relief that you and your whole family have like kind of had it in its past?
In a way, for sure. I mean, somebody was trying to make me feel bad for doing that live show. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, trying to make me feel bad for having, in the
Having
middle of
done
the
a live
pandemic.
show.
Yeah.
And I get that, especially around here. Like, there's still events that happen all the time, and like you don't see a lot of masks and whatnot. And it's like a hard like conversation to have because it is risky. But there's people that like this is their whole livelihood. You know what I mean? And is
Right.
like as long as you're like if you're the person going out to watch the thing, it's up to you to be responsible and like make your own choices and then,
Absolutely.
like and whatever. And if you're the performer, same thing. It's like it's just a responsibility. But
I mean, if you're the performer, they're not handing dreams out. Like, you got to go get it.
exactly,
They're not just handing shows out. Like, I mean, if you have an opportunity to do something and the boogeyman's scaring you and saying, don't, like, you're still going to do it.
Yeah. And it's not like performing, especially like you performing your set. It's not like you're a super spreader or something. You're going to pass like X amount of germs or whatever. And it's like, as long as I'm sure people are sanitary, people putting on the event or sanitary, wipe the mic, whatever. And
I mean,
that's all you can
there's
do.
really like, I mean, in Tallahassee, like, everybody's a super spreader. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's at a certain point, I think everybody's immunity is gotten
Yeah.
up to snuff there in Tallahassee, at least. I mean, it's also a lot of young people too.
And
It's a
that's
little
the
different.
thing.
It's a little different down here in Naples and like.
Yeah. And depending on what you do for a career, like if you're a student and you like do and you're not like out and about with around like elderly people or something like that, it's like you can basically just continue your normal life. And then if you come down with it, quarantine, do your thing, get tested. But like for the most part, with your age and your like I guess like physical fitness or whatever, you can be pretty much fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was still singing. I was still running when I had it. It was horrible, but like you just have to push yourself. I mean, people wear those masks too to limit their breathing. Just gotta fight through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to music. I have a question. Like if you're wanting to make a song, like say you sit down with your guitar or you're practicing a song and you're singing, and you like, do you take it a step further and like plug in your guitar and like run a DAW like Logic or Ableton and record it into a track like that and like edit it that way, or do you just go somewhere to get that done, like a studio?
I have a home studio set up. I've got an Apollo Twin.
Sick.
I use Logic 10.
Damn, word.
Thinking about upgrading to maybe FL Studio or Ableton. Got a couple of Yamaha HS5s. I basically do that. Sometimes I experiment. Like sometimes I like to record the guitar on my phone in the voice memos because it has a certain like the way that is compressed there, like whether it's the vocals or the guitar, it just kind of sounds crazy when you then put into the DAW and everything and chop it up. But I do that. Also, sometimes I also record my guitar at the mic too.
True.
It's like whatever the song feels like it needs,
Yeah, man, that'd be so fun. I want to learn that. I want to learn how to do that. Like that's sick. Cause I use Logic and I like make beats and I'm just like, that would be sick to have like a musical skill like that where like, yeah, you could put the guitar up and run the chords that way.
And I feel like once you understand a little bit about music theory and like notes and whatnot, it's like you can kind of transfer that to lots of different aspects of music. And it must be really fun to like put a project together using all your little like techniques and stuff you've learned over the years, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about music theory. I just kind of it just fits in. Like I know melodies and I mean a chord is really just multiple voicings. So I normally do the guitar and ukulele and the bass and then vocals. And I've got a Splice membership, shout out Splice. Get some sounds there, some cool 808s, some cool hats and stuff. And that's how I work up a reference normally. And then if I really want to go the next step and like select maybe some better sounds or change them out, that's kind of final mix stuff.
Hell yeah. Do you work with anybody? Any producers?
Yeah, I try to collaborate a lot. I don't really like rap on beats or sing on beats, but I try to get in the room with like other people that are super talented. Like right now I'm working with Saya. I don't know if you know Josiah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we're making some really cool music right now.
That's dope.
Actually, it's kind of all those ideas too. Like the whole idea of the song has been upcycled. It's like I brought a full voice memo from like when I lived in Dallas 2 years ago, and then I added like more ukulele and bass. Like once we chopped it up and made a whole beat out of it, and then like the next day added a verse on it and a hook that was just like freestyled basically, and like then we brought it to the studio and re-recorded all of that stuff while also recording the second verse. And tomorrow we're gonna work on that some more too.
Dope.
But it sounds crazy, just like you were saying, like a voice memo going into that instead of just the traditional way of just direct line in, or even recording it with the microphone.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. I'm sure it's sick too to like work with other people and see how it can elevate just by like getting different people's input.
I was gonna say you probably learned a bunch from him, huh? So far,
I've learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from Kenny Beats. I learned a lot from like YouTube University is crazy.
Yeah,
you can learn anything on there just watching somebody in their workflow, and like you use that as a reference to how you actually work yourself.
For sure. And
I mean, there's a lot of other guys along the way, like Cosmic. He's crazy. He's so talented. There's producers like Jay Spinna, who's a friend of mine in Dallas, who's really good. Who I collaborated with on Medicine, actually, my first song out too. And this guy Bo Bedford, he was a mentor of mine in Dallas. I've worked with a lot of people and sort of seen a lot of different people's styles, all in hopes of developing my own that works for me.
Yeah.
Where does the song usually start? Like the idea for the song? I'm sure it varies from song to song, but like, do you usually like think of lyrics first, or like a little melody in your head that you think about getting out, or how does it start?
Like sometimes I will. I mean, don't tell my doctor, but like sometimes I just like will hear a voice, or like I'll hear like a BPM and I'm rocking with it and I'm nodding my head to it, or I hear like 3 chords when I just stand up and I run to get my guitar, record them, or like I said, BPM. If I already sort of have the BPM in mind, I'll just hop down to the computer, tap until I find out what that BPM is, and then make an idea from there.
Damn.
And there's stuff like voice memos where you record it on the go and it's just an idea, just a feeling. Like that song with like the voice memo and ukulele and everything. Like just the voice memo, I just named it Floating 239. And the song's now called Floating, and the hook is Floating. And I mean, it was more just about a feeling and like an idea, and then bouncing like that off Josiah and like figuring out what the direction of the song is and what's the purpose, because there has to be purpose to everything you say.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, there's just no reason. But like with him, we like stuck on that idea of Floating because he really liked that, and I sort of circled back and started writing lyrics with that in mind.
So the voice memo was just you explaining this feeling, this idea?
It was just like freestyling with like 4 chords.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And is that going to be the next one you think that you're going to release?
I think so.
Hell yeah.
I had another one in mind too, but I think I might remake it.
I feel that. Do you want to take a quick break before we go any further?
Yeah.
Reset the cameras. This one's probably charged
Sure.
enough. All right, we'll be right back for part 2, episode 80.
Yeah.
Part 2.
The City of Palms podcast is brought to you by Anchor. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions like, how do I record an episode? How do I get my show onto all the apps people use? How do I make money from the podcast? And the answer to all this is really simple: Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Me and Danny searched all over the internet for different outlets for distributing and recording and for websites that would host our podcast, and a lot of them you have to pay money or it's really complicated, and especially for someone just starting out. And Anchor really was an answer to all that, because you can record straight on Anchor. It's very user friendly and it's totally free. We don't have to pay a penny to use this, and so it's great for anyone who's wanting to start out. And so if you're wanting to start your own podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Yeah. I stopped skating too through high school, which is something I look back on that I wish I hadn't done, because I skated through middle school and everything. Stopped through middle school and high school, and then I started again right when I graduated. So like when I was like 18, started skating again. Yeah, and I've been skating for like 23 now. So is that 5 years? Oof, that feels good. Yeah, 5 years now. Yeah, it's been good. I love it.
I did a lot of the same things, but I just never stopped playing soccer. You know?
True. That's good. That's good. You like soccer a lot?
Yeah.
You still
but
play?
I did all those things like still while playing soccer. Like I was on a. You just get on a schedule, I think, in high school, and then you lose that after, and you just forget.
Yeah.
How to manage everything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that.
There's always that fall moment, I think. Those growing pains. First time you got to be independent.
Yeah. Did you have a job through high school?
A couple. I mean, I worked at Publix for a little while.
Nice.
Florida boy, you know. Had to. I quit that actually.
Good.
Yeah. I also worked at a cultured marble place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was when I got in trouble so many times with my parents in high school. I don't know what time this was that like I got another job and had like another job, because that's sort of how it happened every time, you know. Like I need to man up. I need to start making money, get my shit together.
Yeah.
And then I have one for a little while, and like I do it, but like it doesn't have my main focus. It's not like I'm taking a real interest in this. I'm gonna pursue a career in this, because with me it's like I either will do that or I would just rather not bother with it. You know.
Yeah.
Like if you're not putting like all your skin in the game, there's no reason for me. Like.
Yeah. No, I feel that. And it sucks too to like wake up and like go, you know, to work or whatever, go whatever time, and to like be putting in that time and that effort to like some shit you really don't care about in the long run, if it's not like affecting me. You know, for some shit that I care about.
Understand.
Yeah.
You understand.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I make music for people who have never asked for it. You know.
That's real. Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what a podcast is for, I think, too.
You
know, you're making something that nobody's fucking asking for.
Yeah, that's facts, dude. I was thinking about that the other day too. It's funny that you say that.
If you can get past that, you've done like half the work.
Yeah.
If you can get past that and do it as if you're just having fun, and like you're like it's just a part of who you are, it means something to you.
Yeah. That's it right there, dude, because half the time people start podcasts or they'll start making music, and then they don't receive the feedback that they were looking for right off rip, and so they give up. And with podcasting, like for sure podcasting, you have to stay consistent, because same thing with YouTube. Nobody's going to subscribe to your channel if you're not being consistent, because it's it's a one-time thing. Nobody's going to subscribe. But if, you know, you're being consistent with it, they have something to look forward to. Same for music too, but I feel like you can make a bigger impact in a shorter scheme of things with music. You know, one song, it could just resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Go on.
Especially in the streaming age.
Yeah, for sure.
All it takes is one song getting playlisted.
How is TikTok
one song getting the right thing?
How has TikTok affected like music for you? Because that's like a whole new way people consume music, you know, through TikTok videos.
For me so far, it has affected.
Go on.
I've met a lot of new supporters that like I've been able to connect with that have just like the particular TikTok of mine. I think my most viewed and most like TikTok It's at like 7,000 views.
Damn.
It's got like I think 600 likes or something right now.
Damn.
But it's the comment section like responding to people, and like then like you can see, it's so crazy to see like when you hit the algorithm even just a little bit, because you'll get like comments and then followers, and then you'll get followers across the other platforms, and then you'll get like a DM and like or a story repost, and those are the people who really like cared about like it that much to go that far. And that's what it's all for. That's it's incredible. You know?
Yeah.
And like I've gotten to see that on like a small scale, but those are also the people I make music for too. I mean, you make it for yourself ideally, but like when I'm thinking about a song, I do consider the people that are going to be listening to it as well. I think you have to, like I don't like this the modern narcissistic sort of like just everything is self-promotion in songs, and like the lyrics are sort of nothingness, like nothing is substance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we can just do better than that, and I think people, especially with TikTok, people see through that. People see this stuff that's just like, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not authentic. It's not like true to who they are. It wouldn't be true to me. I know that. So I can't possibly try to do that approach.
Yeah.
I have to go things, my own way.
Yeah, that's real. And yeah, like you said, people they'll sniff out like if it's not authentic, they'll definitely.
Like you can see it, it's like everybody's got a cringe, like a cringe meter,
Mm-hmm.
And you see somebody on TikTok that like is doing something, and maybe it's popping off a little bit because like this young demographic of girls, and like people it just hits on like that, but like then it changes, like styles come and go, fads change. Yes, like you never know. TikTok may become like the new Instagram, where it's like everything that you make is like has to be associated with your entire like brand, and then it's no longer these like viral videos of just somebody who's just a kid having fun.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck, could take that route. What do you do for fun besides music? Are you into anything like?
I play soccer.
You still play soccer?
Yeah. I just played some pickup the other day. It was pretty fun.
Hell yeah,
Sick.
that's what's up. A lot of running.
Yeah. I run too.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You run far or more like fast paced?
I kind of fun run, to be honest with you. Like I keep up a high pace. I run to this park right by my house.
Hey, December, could you help
In
with him?
Tallahassee. It's called like San Luis Mission Park.
Okay.
I run around there like a couple miles a day.
Word.
Sometimes I will just like put my phone down somewhere in the brush, and like I'll sprint a full lap around the place and see how fast I can do it. I'll come back and like it'll be like 3 minutes 35 seconds.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then I try to beat that next time.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I like running. I'd like to do it more. I'm more like in the gym when I can, but I like running, especially outdoors. Like something about that is just.
Do you do that every day?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's got to be like a good mental moment too, to just do that every single day.
It's a real runner's high, man.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not a. I don't know. I believe in working out as a flow, and like if you really want to do it, like for lifestyle, like for me, I'm trying to fit it in the way like that it works in my life, and to be honest, that's my way of saying I wake up too late in the day. But I just wake up, run, get rid of all the toxins in my body from the night before, and I kind of approach what I have to do after that with a clear head. It helps with the online classes, because as long as I get it done before midnight, or if I did get it done like the day before, which is what I've been doing, it's kind of easy to just do that and then go out at night again.
Oh yeah.
Do you dirt bike?
No.
Look like you dirt bike. You ever
No.
dirt biked?
No.
No. Never been on one.
He's been
No,
advocating dirt bike a day.
I rode my uncle's Ruckus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Honda Ruckus. That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Do you have any intentions of riding dirt bikes? Like if you were to make it and you got all the money in the world, you got a nice big house, would you is that a dream of yours, getting dirt bikes like Nigel Houston type shit?
Bro, that'd be so sick.
I can't say it's in the cards for me right now. I'd honestly rather like just a sports car
Okay.
with a manual gearbox,
There you go.
and that'd be my toy.
What you
'Cause-
thinking? What like do you know what it would be?
Yeah, I got a pretty good idea. Yeah, I'd probably get a 997.2, 911.
Okay, a Porsche, yeah.
Yeah, manual.
Dope, dude.
I mean, if I could really afford a manual GT3 that's like new, I would
Oh.
get that. But I got to keep it realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm into a lot of like driving cars, and I'm into a lot of recently like dirt biking and four-wheeling and shit. Yeah.
So I like to drive fast.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
That adrenaline rush.
Yeah. Or just on wheelies, like dirt biking, like doing a wheelie on a dirt bike is fire. Just something about that. Just going for a while.
Yeah.
Thrill seeking, I guess.
You ever go snowmobiling?
No, but I want to. That and snowboarding. I've never seen snow.
You never gone snowboarding?
No, dude.
Come on, man.
I know.
I
Let's
haven't
go.
either.
You got it. You have to. You have to.
Have you? Where'd you go? Where have you been? Cali.
No, I've actually never been. No, I want to go to Lake Tahoe one day and
Yeah.
just like do it because you ride there and just you're overlooking Lake Tahoe in front of
Yeah.
you, and that's crazy. And then you can go on the boat too. It's like Florida in a way. Like you can do so many water sports there, but like, I guess skiing is a water sport too. That's the same reason I'd like to go to like Alaska, like glacier skiing or something.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Do you do much water stuff down here, like wakeboarding or surfing?
Wake surf is fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too.
Clayton's been on the boat with me, and we did that with just a regular like skimboard.
Damn,
Like dock line on the side of my boat.
that's hardcore.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, and he was doing like 360s too. It was
What?
nuts.
that's crazy.
Niedermeyer's nuts.
Yeah, I hear he's nuts on a dirt bike too. Speaking of dirt bikes,
Yeah,
he can wheelie
is.
forever.
He is.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
mean, from what I've seen,
Yeah,
I've seen him ripping down the road and like jumping shit,
hell yeah.
all while on one wheel.
Damn,
He's pretty good on two wheels. We just went snowboarding actually too.
where?
Colorado.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's what's up, dude.
You ever
That's
been- no, I guess you've never been.
Mm.
Copper
nah.
Mountain.
Oh, I've heard actually.
It's out in the same basin as Breckenridge.
Okay, damn.
Mhm.
Yo, you're getting a little far with your headphones. All right. You're
Yeah,
good.
I was just turning that back on.
Yeah, I really want to go snowboarding. So, how many times have you been? Are you good at it?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I've been fortunate. I've been able to go skiing a lot of times. Honestly, I used to ski and then I started snowboarding too. Like I switched over when I was younger, and I've just snowboarded since.
Damn.
And I was just in Big Sky, Montana, for my mom's birthday, for New Year's. She was my New Year's kiss too. It's kind of sucked, but it's okay. That's my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went out there. That was pretty fun. That's the most recent time I've been.
True. Yeah, I'd really like to go.
Yeah, sounds sick. You ever skated?
Not much. I had an electric skateboard for a while.
What? Tight.
Like a boosted?
No, like a cheap
True.
a cheap one that I got on
Wish.
no, it was one of those crowdsourcing like
GoFundMe?
yeah it was like GoFundMe, but it was another one. It was
What?
Or Kickstarter or something like
yeah,
that?
I think it was Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Kickstart. That was the word I was looking for. Okay, there it is. No, it was on Kickstarter.
You can buy shit off that?
Yeah, it was like a $200
Oh, wow.
electric skateboard, and I thought it would be like my main form of transportation. I mean, things you buy when you're making $3K a week cash.
Yeah. Fuck. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun too, the electric skateboards. They're fun for a little
I've never
bit.
ridden one.
They're a little sus. Braking and whatnot if you're going fast, but
You ever tried the one wheel?
no, I want to.
The one wheel is crazy.
What?
You have to.
Is there a remote on that, or is it just...
No, it's on your
That-
phone. There's an app on your
Oh,
phone,
wow.
but like you just have the settings. It has like different sort of riding styles, and like, oh, dude, it's so much fun. I recommend. Actually, in this hoodie, I have holes from when I ate shit on one.
What?
Yeah. I don't Captiva.
Damn.
Captiva.
True. That's a fire
In the
hoodie
middle
too.
of the night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also shit you buy with me. $3,000 a week. Dumb things, bro.
So one thing we do ask is, me and Danny talk about like this winning streak, trying to like perceive every day as like winning. You know, even when like you setbacks happen or you go back a few steps or whatever, you gotta just like see that as a learning experience that you need to go through to get where you're eventually gonna be. Have you had any times that like just times where you were really put to the test, like where life was just like really punching you and you're just like, damn dude, this sucks? And it might be a time you look at now as like, damn, I learned so much through all of that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those. Honestly, I think that's what's gotten me to 22 years old. I don't think I'd be who I am if I didn't have like sort of the experiences I had in the past year, or even before that. But I just realized that like you can't compare yourself to others. You have to do what you have to. Like you have to do what it takes to make your vision come true, and you can't compare that with somebody else's it's just apples and oranges. You can't do what you set out to do without having priorities that are different from others.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we only got 24 hours in the day. I always feel like that's not enough. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what you were saying earlier, like when it comes to creating things for other people to consume, it's like it's so important to keep it at the core, like what you're all about, you know what I mean? And like, you know, make sure you're doing it for you first, like you were saying, because then at that point, if things are going along and like, you know, we all get that feeling in our head of like, oh, what if we're not good enough, or like what if, you know, why aren't we like there already, you know what I mean? And it can get hard to like continue, but as long as at the core you're just like doing it for you and it's fun, the whole process is fun, then at that point it doesn't matter what like the numbers look like.
Yeah, it's the numbers game. Honestly, I've tried to like get that totally out of my mind, because that's not what you think of when you're making something good and for feel. I think I just reposted something on my Instagram from an Instagram account, Restore the Feeling, that was it was that sentiment. It was a video that was made actually, and it was saying like the feel versus the ulterior.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it said, honestly.
Is it better to be heard or felt? That's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's difficult. But if I had to choose, I would rather be felt. The feeling lasts longer than the noise. All the data and clout doesn't really mean anything. You see how it is. They come or go. They're successful, but not fulfilled. The feeling makes you truly successful. So the trick is not being heard, but felt. Do what you feel and feel what you do. RTF. Restore the feeling.
That summed it up right there.
Oh shit. That's real as fuck.
That wrapped it up.
That's funny as fuck. That's funny that you just pulled that up. Dude.
That is hilarious, dude. That's the answer.
Yo, I actually heard that lyric, Restore the Feeling, in a Jay-Z song on my drive here
word.
too, which is kind
What?
of crazy. So
Nothing's a coincidence, bro.
nothing is a coincidence. You're right.
Well,
Tell me about those T-shirts.
what's that?
What's the story with the T-shirts?
This
Oh,
is
these are our T-shirts for the podcast. We just made them. It was just an idea we had. It was when we were rolling around the winning streak idea. Just like we were just like, yo, nothing's a coincidence. So we're like, fuck it. Let's put
I
it on
love
a shirt.
those. I love those. I need one of those.
We'll
Yeah.
have to get you one. Do we have sizes left still?
we do.
Large?
I think we have all sizes left.
What size are you?
Double XL.
We got double XL.
I
If we
think
got any,
I think we
got
have
probably
XL.
All of them. You got an XL? Fit an XL?
I can't fit XL. I like double XL.
Next batch, bro, we're getting double XLs for you, bro.
Hell yeah.
But where can they
Love
find
it.
you at, dude? Like, cause you do have shit coming out. Like, I know it's better to be felt, but like I want to direct some people to you. So where, like, what do you got going on coming up? Like, where can they find you at?
You can find me on YouTube. My name's just Mark Richards. You can find me on Instagram. It's the Mark Richards. That's TheMark. Then RICHRADS. I can't speak right now. I just drove 6 hours, so.
Thank you for doing that
Yeah,
too, bro.
dude,
like
for real.
that's awesome.
That's
that we
Thank
get
you
to
for
talk
having
to
me.
you from all the way down. And then the Angels video was dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's out now.
That's
People
sick.
can look that up on
Yeah,
YouTube.
you can see that on all platforms. The song's streaming on all platforms. Angel. My name is Mark Richards.
Hell yeah. Where can they find us at, bro?
You can find us at City of Palms Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you listen to podcasts. New episodes every Monday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Dude, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. For real. We're at episode 80, bro.
20 more episodes till
We got
100.
so much coming, dude.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Let's go. I'm not sure I'm subscribed.
Bro,
I'm about to
yeah.
hop on that.
We post
Yeah.
highlight
Smash
clips.
that subscribe button.
For
Yeah,
real. If you don't got
thank
time
you.
for the full episode, I understand. Life's busy. We post highlight clips on the YouTube channel. And there's going to be exclusive content that's not going to be on audio platforms. So get to YouTube. We got a lot coming this year, dude. 2021.
Yo. Thank you all for
Let's
watching.
make it there. This has been episode 80. Thank you for listening.
Mark Richards, everybody.
Hit him with the outro, Soren.
Yeah.